Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this yoga practice designed for weight loss. I don't know about you, but my weight fluctuates like crazy. So sometimes I need to pick up the pace and I need to change my routine around in order to burn the calories that I may be consuming, or maybe I'm spending too much time on my laptop. Let's get started in a crisscross position, sitting up nice and tall. Just starting to warm up the body, we're going to bring our arms over to the side and then bringing the right arm over for a stretch. And then switching sides. So we're just going to be moving maybe a little bit faster. Also doing some strengthening poses, because if we build muscle, that is the best way to have a lean physique. Reaching over to the right and the left, and then reaching your fingertips all the way up. Look up, deep breath in, and then coming forward, we're going to come right into our tabletop position. Lean forward and back. We don't want to have any injury. And then dropping the belly, look up, cat and cow. Drop the belly, look up. And then curve the spine. And then flipping your toes, come right into your downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here, pushing your hands in towards the mat. We're just starting to warm up the body. Relaxing your head. And then floating your knees all the way down for a hover. So our knees are hovering the mat just a couple inches, and we're squeezing our core and our belly in. And then pushing the hips high, back up to your downward facing dog. And then we're going to do that 2 more times. So rolling forward, coming forward, and then the knees hover. And then hips go high, downward dog, pushing the heels in towards the mat. And then coming forward once more, letting the knees hover. And then hips high, downward facing dog. Dropping both knees all the way down, releasing the toes, bringing the right arm over your head and extending the left leg out. So we have our right palm facing in, our left toes are pointing towards the mat. Again, always bringing the core in. Then lower the hand, lower the knee, switching sides. Right leg goes out, and then left arm goes up. At the same time, we're squeezing our glutes as we lift our arm up, and we're lifting our leg up. And then dropping the hand, dropping the leg, sit back into your child's pose. Just sway from side to side. And then coming back up into your tabletop position, flipping your toes, come back into your downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. And then bring the right leg up, 3-legged dog. And then bending the right knee, we're going to come into our plank, taking our right knee to touch our right elbow. And then extend 3-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow and extend 3-legged dog. And then bringing it to center, trying to get your knee to touch your chin or your chest, and extend 3-legged dog. Dropping the right knee down, picking up the left knee. Same thing on the other side. So bending the left knee, letting your left knee touch your left elbow in your plank, and extend 3-legged dog. Then left knee to right elbow and extend 3-legged dog. And then to center, bending the left knee, try to bring it into your chest. And then extend out into your high plank position, squeezing the belly in, hold. And then dropping the knees, release the toes, floating yourself all the way down to your mat. Right away, lifting up into your cobra pose, pushing your hands in towards the mat, your elbows are back. And lower. And lift. And lower. One more time, and lift. And lower. And then lifting all the way up into your upward facing dog. And then lifting up into your downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, jump to the top of the mat, and then a halfway lift. Bring your palms all the way up, have a flat back. And then exhale, forward fold. Take a minute in your forward fold. Maybe do a little bit of wrist movements. You can grab onto your elbows, rock from side to side. Placing your hands all the way down, pick up your right foot, send it back, sit back or sink back into your runner's lunge, and then bring your arms all the way up for your crescent lunge. And then we're gonna bend our arms out to cactus, bending the right knee to tap the ground, and then lift. Arms go out cactus, right knee taps the mat, and up. Bending down, and up, and down, and up. Placing both hands down onto the mat, taking the left foot, send it back into your high plank position and hold. And then hips go high, downward facing dog. Take one breath here. And then rolling into your high plank position. We're gonna do a couple mountain climbers just for a couple seconds. So bringing the knees into the chest as fast as you can. Bring them in just for about 10 or 15 seconds. Three, two, one. Good. Bring your knees nice and wide. Sit back into your wide-legged child's pose. Take a breath in and out. Coming into your tabletop position, flip your toes, downward facing dog. Right into lifting the heels, bend the knees, jump, hop, or step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Picking up the left foot this time, sending it back, coming into your runner's lunge, and then lifting up with your lower body strength into your crescent lunge. Cactus arms, bending the left knee to tap the ground, and up. Oop. And bend, and up. Two more times. If you have trouble with your balance, maybe your foot is a little too far back, and up. One more, lower, and up. Dropping both hands all the way down. Taking the right foot, send it back into your high plank position, squeeze, and then lower down into your elbows for your low plank. Hips go high. We're gonna go into our dolphin pose. So coming up onto your tippy toes or your toes. And then we're gonna float down into our low plank to dolphin, low plank, to dolphin. One more time, low plank, and then shift your hips down, floating them onto your mat, and take a second into your Sphinx pose. Lifting your chest up, pulling the belly in. Elbows below your shoulders. Pushing your hips into the mat. Good, and then lowering yourself all the way down. Push yourself up into your upward facing dog. And then open your knees wide. Come back into your wide-legged child's pose. Coming up onto your knees, reach your arms all the way up. Placing your right hand onto the mat for a little stretch. Taking your left arm over. And then switching sides. Back up to center. And then coming onto your mat, bring your legs forward, coming up into your boat pose. So start just by bringing your hands behind your knees, with your shins parallel to the mat, pointing your toes, lift up, lift up. And then if you can, bring your fingertips and your hands forward. And then dropping your feet all the way down, scoot yourself forward, give yourself a head to toe stretch. Inhale. Nice. And then bringing your hands to your side, have your feet find the mat, and then push your hips all the way up for your bridge. Try to keep your legs, knees parallel, and then extending your left leg all the way up, pointing your toe towards the ceiling, lifting your hips high. And then flex your left foot, bring it down slowly, parallel to the right, and lift. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. 3 more times. And 1. And then lower the left leg, pick up the right, pointing your toes towards the ceiling, lifting your hips high. And then flexing your right foot, lower down, just parallel to your left leg and kick up. Don't let your hips drop. And lower. 3 more. And lower. Lift your hips high, maybe giving yourself a stretch. And then dropping your hips down, and just let your knees fall from side to side. And then bring both legs up for waterfall, grabbing the outside of your feet for your happy baby, opening up your hips, maybe rocking from side to side. And then extending the legs up for your waterfall, and then lowering all the way down, nice and slow, a little bit of core, and then rolling over to one side and just relaxing your hand on your head, bending the bottom knee just a little bit, and we're just going to lift your legs. So if you have your right leg up, squeeze and little pulses as you lift. Start to slow down your heart rate, just working a little bit more on lower body strength. Good, and then from here we're going to point our toe and try to lift your leg as high as it can. Slow and controlled though, so we're lift and lower. We're using our core and our lower body strength. Lift and lower. Do 3 more times. Lift. You can really feel it in the glutes too. 1 more for good luck if you're counting. And lower. And then roll over to the other side or switch around onto your side, relaxing and supporting your head. Bottom leg is bent for support and just your foot is flexed, lifting up. Just like you're sun tanning, relaxing, just moving your leg. So our hips are square here, and our next one, we're gonna open up the hips a little bit more. Good, now a little bit higher, so you can point your toe, and this way we're opening the hip a little bit more, lifting the leg up. So lift and lower. Three more times. 1, you got it. 2, feels so heavy sometimes. 3, and lower. And then roll onto your back. Maybe give your legs a little bit of a shake. And then bringing both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze and a rock from side to side. And then just take a moment, a couple minutes, relaxing your shoulders. And let's do a little bit of visualization. I love meditation and visualization and really thinking about where I want to go and the type of person I want to be. So let's take a moment where you can ask yourself, what's my ideal physical condition? How do I want to show up in this world? What does a healthy body look to me? Just take a moment to visualize you and yourself in the most healthiest form, physically and mentally. See yourself. See yourself with energy, vitality, flexibility, and strength, able to do all the amazing things that you want to do for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter how old you are, you can always get in shape. You could always get back to a place when it comes to health. We all have muscles, can all get strong. It just takes time, patience, and a belief in yourself that you are worth it. One more deep breath. Let it go with a sigh. Thank the universe for this healthy body, your healthy mind. Thank you. And then making your way up to a comfortable position where I get to thank you for joining me for this practice. Thank you so much for taking the time. I hope that you feel stronger and better and take this beautiful energy with you and share it with those that you truly love. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Have an amazing day. Namaste.